What's going on? It's Michael with Walk the Path. I'm here with Stacey Sands. We're going to talk a little bit about the music world and specifically getting into singing and piano. So as I started making some health transitions and diet and different things like that, I also started to get a little bit more into the music world, and I wanted to learn how to play piano. So I eventually got connected to Stacey, and so she's been teaching me, and it's been just a great way to I guess get into more of the creative side of things. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about just music in general.
Cool.
So for people who maybe don't do music or maybe dabble a little bit, why is it important to have that as, you know, one of the things, you know, in your arsenal, so to speak?
Cool. So music, I think, is so important, especially in today's world where money is just the big thing that hangs over everyone's head. And having stuff, and it's just very materialistic, the world we live in right now. And music reminds us that we are humans and that we connect with other people. It helps you connect with yourself. Singing helps you connect with yourself in lots of ways. Confidence, breath support, really finding new ways of feeling your body and where the sound goes, and all sorts of things. But then on a larger scale, music is all about communication and connection. So performing in a choir, for example, you have to work together for the final product. I think I said that earlier as well. But the kind of solo musicians are one thing, but very rarely do you just get to play by yourself. Mm-hmm. You always have to work with somebody else, and you have to have a very symbiotic relationship with them. It also music helps us remind us of our emotions. It's very easy for us to just kind of shut down because the world's scary and horrible, and it's hard to deal with sometimes. So music is a way for, I think, everyone, if you have a good ear, I guess, or enjoy it, it's a way to kind of have a nice catharsis, a release of emotions, to just remind of the base emotions, love, sorrow, pain, and it helps you experience all of those things.
So for maybe somebody, there's plenty of people who have an interest and they pursue it, but what about somebody who's like, I don't know if I'd be good at music, how would they get started, should they get started?
I say definitely.
Is it just for some people, or?
I think music can be for everyone if you're open and willing to put yourself out there. You have to let go of a lot of barriers, because you have to be willing to fail a lot. Mike can tell you about that. And all music lessons, regardless of who you study with or where you are, they're very, especially the one-on-one student-teacher relationship is very therapy. I feel like I'm a therapist as much as I am a music teacher a lot of times. Because it helps break down all sorts of emotions and self-judgments that people have. Sure. You have to kind of let go of a lot of that stuff to be successful, even just playing a little tiny ditty on the piano.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And what are some easy ways for people to get started in music?
So Cincinnati's an amazing city for this. There are a million choirs you can join. Church is always a great place to join if you have a fun church that has a big choir or something. Choir is a really good way to start singing because you can easily hide with, you're not a soloist, you can easily hide and listen to the person next to you to make sure you're doing okay.
Sure. Dip your toes in.
Dip your toes in. Just taking a guitar lesson or taking a couple piano lessons just to kind of learn some of the basics. Piano and guitar are, once you know kind of your way around, are very easy as an adult to kind of teach yourself and kind of keep yourself going. So those are a couple ways. Also just attending stuff. There's tons of, Cincinnati is a great and very rich artistic city. For our size, we rival New York and Chicago a lot of times, especially in the quality of our performances. So just attending concerts, trying out a new genre that you might not be familiar with at all. There's a group in town, for example, Catacoustic Consort. They do really, really early music, 1400s, 1500s kinds of things. And even earlier. and weird old instruments that. So like going to one of those, for example,
Yeah.
and you know, trying different things, and there's tons going on in Cincinnati. Yeah.
Right on. Cool. Well, again, this is Michael with Walk the Path. I'm here with Stacey Sands. If you have any interest in getting in touch with her about music, feel free to connect with her, or for wrestling as well. But otherwise, connect with her and consider taking music into your life if you don't. Peace. Thanks, everybody.